Welcome to Screen Hollywood, the home of movie news and entertainment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Welcome back to Screen Hollywood. If you're new here, hit the like and subscribe button. Where do we start? Sony has officially lost its mind. The studio is moving forward with a Starship Troopers reboot, a film no one asked for, no one wants, and no one is excited about. Have we learned nothing from the catastrophic failures of remaking Paul Verhoeven's classics? RoboCop, 2014. A watered-down PG-13 mess. Total Recall, 2012. A soulless CGI fest that butchered everything great about the original. And now they want to tamper with the legendary Starship Troopers? Buckle up, because this is going to be an absolute disaster. Let's dive in. Before we completely lose our minds over this reboot, let's talk about why the 1997 Starship Troopers is untouchable. Directed by the legendary Paul Verhoeven, the original wasn't just a sci-fi action flick, it was a brilliant satire. It took Robert A. Heinlein's novel and flipped it into a biting critique of fascism, war propaganda, and blind patriotism, all wrapped in a gloriously violent, over-the-top spectacle. The film had practical effects that still hold up today, an engaging cast, and some of the best one-liners in sci-fi history. So why mess with perfection? Sony is the same studio that has botched countless franchises. And when it comes to Paul Verhoeven's legacy, they have a 100% failure rate. Let's take a look at the RoboCop reboot from 2014. Gone was the ultra-violent, thought-provoking cyberpunk masterpiece, replaced with a generic action flick that no one remembers. Then we had Total Recall, 2012, a movie that looked pretty but had zero personality. It stripped away the humor, the satire, and the fun, leaving behind a lifeless, CGI-heavy slog. And now, they're coming for Starship Troopers. If history has taught us anything, it's that this reboot is doomed before it even starts. So, what do we actually know about this reboot? Reports say Sony wants to go back to the source material and make it a straight adaptation of Heinlein's novel, which means one thing: the satire is dead. The 1997 film was so brilliant because it understood the absurdity of war propaganda and military indoctrination. But Sony's version? They're reportedly aiming for a serious, war-focused sci-fi epic, which means it's going to miss the entire point of what made the original so special. Also, if they're trying to follow the book more closely, does that mean we're not getting the amazing over-the-top action? The hilarious recruitment ads? The "would you like to know more" segments? That's a massive downgrade. Let's be real. Hollywood has run out of ideas. Instead of creating new, bold sci-fi epics, they just keep recycling old classics, removing everything unique about them, and cranking out soulless, CGI-heavy blockbusters. Look at what happened to Ghostbusters, Indiana Jones, The Predator, and The Terminator. Each one gutted everything that made the originals special and turned into a generic corporate cash grab. Why should we expect anything different from Starship Troopers? The moment this reboot was announced, fans immediately called it out as a disaster waiting to happen. Online forums, Reddit, YouTube comments, it's all the same reaction. Stop remaking classics. Sony is underestimating the cult following of Starship Troopers. The people who love this film don't want a gritty, serious war movie. We want satirical, over-the-top, blood-soaked chaos. We want Michael Ironside shouting speeches. We want Doogie Howser in a Nazi uniform using psychic powers. We want the ridiculousness that made the original so iconic. At this point, nothing about this reboot sounds good. Sony has a terrible track record. The original film was already perfect, and they're removing the satire that made it legendary. Instead, we're likely getting a bland, forgettable war movie that will bomb at the box office and be forgotten in a year. It's time for Hollywood to leave the classics alone. Not every film needs a reboot. Not every franchise needs to be revived. Some movies are lightning in a bottle, and Starship Troopers is one of them. If Sony really wants to win fans over, they should put their money into original sci-fi projects, not shameless cash grabs that will only disappoint. So, what do you think? Is there any chance this reboot could work? Or is it doomed to fail like RoboCop and Total Recall? Let me know in the comments below. And if you agree that Hollywood needs to stop rebooting classics, smash that like button and subscribe for more film news here on Screen Hollywood. Would you like to know more?